Dave Smith with his drama with Kyle Kalinske so I can get a better understanding of what this guy's about.
Trump is dumb, but I'd still do his show. And for one, it's like, we do live in a democracy. It is low-key the fault of the people that voted for Trump that Trump is in power. Like, that is how a democracy works, right? That there is some level of accountability that we can hold the people to when they reelect a fucking treasonous traitor, a fascist. You know what I'm saying? Like a Nazi, yeah, sorry. But if you were part of the group of people that elected that guy with your vote, which is, again, how a democracy works, like, it's not just some mysterious supernatural force outside of your fucking understanding. Like, no, you directly participated in that. And as a commentator, a member of the media, what you say and what you do is far more important than any just random Joe, like, you know, your grandpa or something that voted for Trump, who doesn't have a platform, who doesn't reach millions of people online, and who is incredibly influential. Like, yeah, sorry, bro, you fucked up. You're going to have to be reminded about it. You're going to have to face some level of accountability for that, as you've even admitted. You admitted you fucked up. You admitted that you were wrong about that. So sorry, dude, but other people are also going to point that out. It's not Kyle, like, you know, enforcing something that's unfair, or just like going up to random voters on the street and scolding them. You're not just a random voter. You're a highly influential member of the media.
Yeah, and for being a guy that talks shit for a living, he's so soft. He name searches on Twitter, and that's how he blocked us. We had a totally innocuous tweet where he was tweeting about how, life was simpler when the government was saying boys could be girls and we all had to stay inside a lockdown. And I was like, Donald Trump was president during all of the supposed lockdowns, you fucking idiot. He got triggered about it and blocked us. But he can't take any ounce of what he dishes out constantly, right? And that's why he's all fucking butthurt about the fact that Kyle made content talking about how he was wrong. Admirable that he still wants to try and be able to wiggle his way in front of Kyle's audience, I guess. But yeah, this was pretty interesting. He follows up and expands upon it on the after party. And imagine, Gavin, only one of these people voted for Donald Trump in 2024 on this podcast. We're about this right-wing podcast that we're about to react to. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, 100%. We've talked a lot about Dave Smith, so I'm excited to watch this. Before we take a look, though, Zach, do you think there's any chance he would get invited on Crystal, Kyle, and Friends? Like, he's obviously had friendly conversations with Crystal, but do you think Kyle will make any attempts to bury the hatchet or squash the beef?
That's my Dark World Commander.
Loser on?
I'd give it a 50-50. I'd say that there's a chance that you catch Kyle on a day where he's like, yeah, I'll fucking talk to this guy. I'd like to get to the bottom of this. I'd like to fucking talk to him, whatever. He's a guy with a lot of media presence. I'm a guy with a lot of media presence. Let's fucking just talk about it, right? He's anti-Trump now. We need all the people anti-Trump that we can get. I also could see Kyle being like, nah, fuck that guy. I don't care about him. I don't want to have him on the show. You know what I mean? I feel like it could really break either way. What do you think?
I totally agree. Yeah, I think it's like a 50-50 shot. I kind of hope it happens, though, just because I really do like when Kyle debates people and disagrees with people. And I do think that Crystal, Kyle, and Friends would be even better if they had more contentious sort of debate style conversations. Like, not that I don't really enjoy that show, but I do think that both Crystal and Kyle really excel, you know, when they're in, you know, those sort of contentious debate settings. And I would like to see more of that. So, like, yeah, might as well hash it out. Might as well have him on. But I could also see why Kyle would say, not worth it. I don't want to give this guy any more attention.
Yeah.
This is the Vanguard. They're like a left. They're like the Brian Stelter. Is that his name? The media commentary channel of left media. TMZ of the online left, kind of, yeah.
I'm the angry teenager that I always am. I hate him now. But I you know, there's this thing where people would say forever that that the MAGA is a cult, or Trump supporters are like a cult-like following. And I also see right now a lot of people you know, who have been like really calling people out who voted for Donald Trump or something like that. And, you know, so I say this again from the position, which I understand is a weak position to argue from, where I'm already admitting that, like, yes, probably it was wrong to vote for Donald Trump, but also,
bro, fuck you mean probably?
I'll just say some names here, but I've gotten into some public arguments with Kyle Kalinske and Mehdi Hasan and others like that, who, by the way, I'm not trying to fight with either of those guys. I don't.
You know, you'd get squashed into an oblivion. You know, you have no argument for them. You know, you were like, hey guys, I know I voted for Donald Trump when it was the most obvious what he was going to do, and there was the least amount of evidence to support any of the claims I'd been making up until the election. Let's forget all of that. And actually, I would like to stack the deck in my favor again. Like, it's totally nuts.
Yeah, it's and also again, just trying to be like, oh, what? Me? I'm just a voter. Why are you vote shaming? It's like, bitch, you're not just a fucking voter. You're not just some like 80-year-old lead poisoned Fox News grandpa who voted for Trump or whatever. Like, you're a member of the media. You're an influencer. It matters more what you say and who you promote than just your average voter that you're trying to lump yourself in with and act like, you know, Kyle's just going after the voters. Can you believe it? He's just going after the voters. It's like, you're more than just a fucking voter. And as I said, we live in a democracy, and that's how fucking Donald Trump got elected, because the voters voted him into office. So therefore, yeah, we do have to, you know, offer up some accountability.
Totally.
Agree with them on everything, but we sure do agree on some really important stuff. And I'm not, but they're going.
It's funny that he doesn't talk about me like this. Like, with me, it's way more interesting that it's like far more contentious when he talks about me. Because like, what do you think you agree with Mehdi Hasan and also with Kyle Kalinske, but have some disagreements over when I'm pretty close to their worldview.
Going around like constantly going like, hey, you voted for Donald Trump. Well, look at you, Joe Rogan. You're criticizing him now, but what do you think you voted for? And just like everyone who's and this is just infuriating me. And I publicly went back and forth with Mehdi a little bit, and then we messaged privately a little bit, and like, we're cool and everything. But I just there's something about this where, like, I said this publicly, and I'll say this again, that, you know, when I remember I was so anti-war, so hardcore anti-war,
and a face plant with this, and I'll tell you why in a second.
And I never voted for anyone. The only presidential candidate I ever voted for was Ron Paul. Like, I have complete clean hands in terms of voting before 2024.
But then I realized
that's a bigger L, bro. So you didn't vote for Trump the first time and you voted for him the second time? That's unbelievable. That's worse. Yo, you could not get that shit out of me through CIA enhanced interrogation.
Is that there was a shit ton of money to be made on, you know, jumping on the Trump train and you know, getting a bunch of money and ad revenue.
Like that is unbelievable, bro. He said Trump 1, not interested. Trump 2, not interested. Trump 3, on the other hand, I was like, well, third time's the charm, motherfucker. You got me. I didn't even know people like this existed, bro. Like, I thought the only people that did that were like people who had just turned 18 or, you know, were just too young to remember Trump 1, you know, the low propensity, low info voters that were just like, I'll try it. You know, this Kamala stuff seems shitty and a continuation of Biden, who I hate, you know? Yeah, this guy was like, you know what I really liked about Trump? January 6th. Like, he literally was like, I only started liking him after he did January 6th. It was very impressive. Okay, Chatter, you keep saying this person is hosting the dinner. He's a mentalist on Basement Yard. I'm sorry. I don't believe that anyone that's affiliated with Basement Yard is actually hosting the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Is that for real?
It's something that doesn't really exist, that's just in your brain. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Someone who knows the Basement Yard is doing the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That's insane. Be nice to Basement Yard. No, I love Basement Yard. It is precisely because of that love that I have for the Basement Yard that I find this to be unbelievable.
Joe, you look, come over. Can you see this? Don't see. Yeah. I don't know about this. This is crazy. And you go, this would make for a great episode. Open your eyes. Spontaneous, off the cuff, pops in, and you go, I didn't even know I would think about this. It would make an insane episode. What happened in that dream? What were you doing? Say it.
We were like hanging out in a bath.
What was it? Just what's in the bath?
Like clay or mud or something like
what?
that. Yo, get the fuck out of here. Yo, get the fuck out of here.
Yo, no. No.
Call the fucking police.
Like, I'm not, I'm fucking serious. I'm serious.
Yo, I'm literally I can't
Yeah, I'm not having fun.
timeout.
What the fuck is that? That's the idea you came up with? I was doing a podcast. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like something out there that'd be crazy. And if we were in just like mud baths, not together. You have your bath.
Okay.
We have our bath.
It's a little weird, but yeah.
Yo,
Imagine this is something that doesn't really exist, that's just in your brain. Close your eyes, close your eyes.
Oz is allegedly Mossad, by the way. Wait, what? Like the mentalist guy? Yes, Trump is such a thin-skinned baby that he couldn't have a comedian host because he cannot take the roasting. A mentalist is the host. Wait, someone said all mentalists are Mossad. Okay, I can't tell if you guys are fucking memeing or if you're being serious. Well, not on the mentalist thing, on this one in particular. Is this mentalist Mossad or not? Not all mentalists. I know that that's not the case. I'm sorry. Is this white culture? I have no clue who Basement Yard Porch is. Basement Yard is a very funny podcast that I really like. They're very funny. But I guess they have an affiliation with a Mossad mentalist that is doing the White House Correspondents' Dinner hosting. No, they were before the Yard. Ludwig totally ripped their shit.
From all of his idiot, gullible, fucking stupid supporters. Yeah. More money to be made doing that than supporting the actual nominee of the party that I claim to be associated with, the Libertarians, because they nominated a gay guy. And Dave Smith is apparently a fucking homophobic piece of shit and couldn't stand the fact that Chase Oliver supported.
Wait, really? No, there's no way. Is Dave Smith homophobic?
Trans people and took a photo in front of a pride flag. So because of that, he completely threw his own.
Dude, what the fuck is up with libertarians, bro? I thought libertarians were like libertarian. One that has been on the Basement Yard is now hosting the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I suspect that the reason why it's happening with this mentalist guy is because Trump could not get a comedian. Like, there was no way he was getting a comedian on there. Because they would have cooked his ass.
Party, the Libertarians, the third party under the bus to support the biggest warmonger of all time, a fucking lunatic, Nazi, fascist, authoritarian who stands for everything that libertarians claim to be against.
It's true.
I remember just mourning the death of the anti-war left forever. It was like as soon as.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll be honest. This is like Trump 1 was what cooked libertarians completely. Like anyone, I saw so many motherfucking libertarians vote for Donald Trump on Trump 1. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, this guy wants a police state. He's running on building a wall. Isn't that your whole thing that distinguishes you from Republicans? Is that you're for freedom of travel, freedom of movement, free trade, fucking anti-cop? Otherwise, you're just a goddamn conservative boomer who likes to smoke pot.
George W. Bush left and Obama came in, and the global war on terrorism just escalated and spread to multiple other theaters. Escalated in the theaters they were already in. He surged like tens of thousands of troops to Afghanistan, took out, Libya, Syria, Somalia, Yemen, like all of this. And they were just gone. And then when the destruction of Gaza started, they kind of all came back. And I was like, great,
Kyle, the guy you're supposedly criticizing right now, went hard as a motherfucker in the paint every single fucking day against the U.S. aggression under Barack Obama. That's what's so crazy about this. As far as I know, Kyle didn't even vote for Joe Biden in 2020. He was making a bunch of content saying, not fucking good enough. Fuck you. The way you treated Bernie Sanders. You're not coming around on any of our positions. He never publicly supported Joe Biden. It was only after Joe Biden had gotten into office, he started giving him a lot more credit. Okay, he may have personally voted for Joe Biden, but
he didn't.
Yeah, I was going to say he was making a lot of content saying, fuck that, I'm not going to. And so this made up argument that you're trying to use to attack.
Okay, all right, I'm bored of the Dave Smith saga.